Hey guys, it's Danny here with Let Her Rip Tater Chip Channel, and today I am doing a review on Megadeth's Dystopia album. I know it's been out for a while, but I recently just picked it up. And I feel as this is probably one of their best albums that they have put out in a very long time. Now, if you guys don't know Dave Mustaine or Megadeth, they are a thrash metal band. They write a lot about, mostly Dave, writes about political stuff in America and also around the world, events that have happened, as in serious events like shooting events and along that nature. And he also writes about life and tragedy and relationships, all that stuff. They're mostly identified with the political aspect of everything. But today is Megadeth's Dystopia album. And like I said, I feel like this is probably one of their better albums that they have put out. I'm going to go through the track list and poke out a few songs that I really love and really get you into the feeling of this album. Now, the album does open up with a song called The Threat Is Real, meaning exactly what the title says. The threat is real. I feel as like, people that are saying like, hey, we're going to do people around the world that are threatening us do mean it, and they will act on it in another way or somehow get their point across. So the threat is real. Next on the list is Dystopia, the title track. Now, this song is a Megadeth song. If you've never ever heard Megadeth and you see this video or whatever and you're like, oh, I want to try out Megadeth, do Dystopia. Megadeth's Dystopia. Definitely, again, on the political side of aspects, one of my favorite lines from the track is the quickest way to end a war is lose. So, what's better than that? What line's better than that, Next song after Dystopia is The Fatal Illusion. After that is Death from Within, and then Bullet to the Brain. Then Post-America World, again speaking about we are creating a dystopia, and what's this world going to look like, So, and then after that, it's called Poisonous Shadows, and this is more in the aspect of life. Like something's looming over you, something's watching you. It's one of my favorite songs off this album. And then after that, it's Conquer or Die. Now, this is a instrumental that I think shows off Kiko, the new guitar player's abilities. And I feel like he is probably one of the best guitar players that Dave has had in the band. Now, that said, Dave has had a lot of guitar players and a lot of drummers within his band. He likes changing things up. People get sick of him, whatever the tabloids or media says. And now the two last players, the drummer and guitar player, left, so it was just Dave Ellefson and Dave Mustaine. And for this album, he picked up Chris Adler from Lamb of God. And I feel like he is a good fit for this album. Unfortunately, he's not a member of Megadeth. They did pick up a drummer while they were on tour. They made that new drummer the permanent drummer of Megadeth. I am very glad that Chris and or Dave Mustaine, Megadeth, changed Chris's snare from Lamb of God, because in Lamb of God he had this high pinging fucking snare that would just hit you in the ear, and this is really laid back snare, kind of a tone that just sits right in the pocket. And Chris Adler does a phenomenal job on this song. And like I said, going back to the song Conquer or Die, Kiko is a phenomenal guitar player, and I feel like Dave Mustaine gets guitar players that are at his level or even higher than his level, so it pushes him songwriting and guitar playing wise. Now the next song is Lying in the State. The other song after that is The Empire, and the other song after that is called Foreign Policy. Now again, this album is really, really good. It has a lot of different aspects to it that I haven't really heard in a Megadeth album before. And I feel like Dave is pushing himself further and further with his songwriting. I know Megadeth will be in the studio, I think, later this year, and probably pushing out an album next year, very quickly, right after Dystopia. So hopefully it's not like they're getting in the studio and pushing out a next album very quickly. And I hope that all the songwriting on that album is as phenomenal as it is on this album. Now again, guys, this album is called Megadeth's Dystopia. Please, please pick it up. It's a phenomenal album. Again, if you don't know Megadeth, this is an album that would probably get you really, really into Megadeth. And just remember, guys, let her rip, Tater Chip.